Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuhu. Welcome back again to yet another episode of the story of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Today's episode is episode 24, and today we will be talking about the Treaty of Hudaibiyah. So, after the Battle of Uhud, the Prophet went back and he continued spreading the message of Islam with his companions. But then it had been 6 years since the Muslims had left Mecca for Medina. They missed they missed their old city. They missed their people that still had family there. They missed their family. They missed the Kaaba. And so one day the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam had a dream, and in that dream, he saw himself going around the Kaaba with his companions, and so he interpreted the dream to mean that he would go to the Kaaba with his companions and they would perform pilgrimage. And so he told his companions, he told the Muslims to get ready, that they would go to the Kaaba. They would go on a pilgrimage to Mecca and perform pilgrimage at the Kaaba, go around the Kaaba and all of that. So they got ready, and about 1,500 Muslims set out from Medina to go to Mecca to perform pilgrimage. So the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam wanted to make sure that the Meccans knew that they were coming, but they were coming in peace. And so he made sure, one, they didn't have any swords or ammunitions on them, only except for a few swords that they just kept just for general protection, but they weren't armed. And he also sent a few of his messengers ahead to go tell the Meccan chiefs that they were coming and they were coming in peace. So immediately the Meccan chiefs heard that, they also sent their messengers to go meet the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam and the other Muslims before they entered Mecca, and to tell them that they would not be allowed to enter Mecca, let alone perform the pilgrimage. And so the Prophet demanded or requested for a meeting with the chiefs, and actually some of the chiefs supported the Muslims. They're like, these are Meccans, they have the right to come back to their homeland and perform pilgrimage. Why are we doing this? So at the end, a treaty was reached, and part of that treaty was that the next 10 years there would be a ceasefire. There would be no war. There would be no fight unless the treaty was broken. And in that 10 years, the Muslims can come once a year for 3 days. They can come and perform the pilgrimage. They would not stay inside Mecca. They would stay in outskirts of Mecca, but they could come into Mecca for 3 days to perform the pilgrimage and then go back. And no one would be harmed. No Muslims would be harmed in the process. And during the time when the Muslims are performing pilgrimage, if any Meccan decides to become a Muslim, the chiefs would not stop them from doing that. However, the Meccans that become Muslims would not be able to leave Mecca to go to Medina. And the Prophet agreed to that. That seemed like a fair deal. And as part of that treaty, unfortunately too, they said that the Muslims cannot perform Hajj or pilgrimage for that year. So unfortunately, Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and his companions all went back to Medina that year without performing the pilgrimage. The good news was that the year after that, they were able to go back and they performed the pilgrimage without any issues. So that brings us to the end of episode 24, mashallah, and I will see you on the next episode. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.